In 356 BC, a child was born in Macedonia who would one day change the world. His name was Alexander. Legends say the temple of Artemis burned that same night, a sign that a force had entered the world destined to conquer empires. His father, King Philip II, united Greece under his rule. His mother, Queen Olympias, told young Alexander he was the son of Zeus. From childhood, he showed courage and intelligence beyond his years. At 12, he tamed a wild horse named Bucephalus, which no one else could control. His father proudly said, "My son, you must find a kingdom worthy of you. Macedonia is too small." Those words shaped Alexander's destiny. He dreamed of a world without limits, where his name would live forever. When Alexander was only 20, his father was assassinated. The throne of Macedonia passed to him. Many thought he was too young, but Alexander proved them wrong. He crushed rebellions, united Greece, and prepared to face the mightiest empire on earth, Persia. Standing before his army, he said, "The world beyond the sea awaits us." In 334 BC, he crossed the Hellespont with 40,000 men. As he stepped onto Asian soil, he threw a spear into the ground and declared, "I claim this land for the gods, and for Macedonia." The greatest journey of conquest in history had begun. Alexander's first battle was at the Granicus River. The Persian satraps waited with their armies, but Alexander charged straight into the fight. Sword flashing, he cut through their ranks and won a stunning victory. City after city fell, Sardis, Miletus, and Halicarnassus. In Gordium, he faced the legendary Gordian knot, which no one could untie. With a smile, he sliced it in half and said, "It makes no difference how it's undone." This act became a symbol of his boldness. Alexander would never wait for destiny, he would create it himself. The Persian king Darius III gathered a massive army to stop the invader. The two forces met at Issus in 333 BC. Darius commanded hundreds of thousands, while Alexander had far fewer. But Alexander was a master of strategy. He led his cavalry straight toward Darius. The Persian lines collapsed, and Darius fled, leaving behind his family and treasures. Alexander treated Darius's family with respect, winning the hearts of many Persians. From there, he marched into Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator. In the desert, priests called him the son of Zeus. There, he founded Alexandria, a city that would one day shine as the crown of civilization. In 331 BC, Alexander faced Darius for the final time at Gaugamela. The Persian army stretched across the plains, but Alexander's tactics were brilliant. He charged directly at Darius, breaking the Persian center. Once again, the great king fled, this time forever. The Persian Empire was no more. Alexander entered Babylon as a hero. Then came Susa and Persepolis, where he burned the royal palace, a fiery mark of conquest. He now ruled from Greece to Persia, the greatest empire the world had ever seen. But still, his ambition burned, his eyes turned east, toward the mysterious land of India. In 326 BC, Alexander marched into India. He faced new challenges, vast rivers, strange lands, and mighty elephants in battle. At the Hydaspes River, he fought the Indian king Porus, whose elephants terrified his soldiers. But Alexander's courage and strategy won again. When Porus was captured, Alexander asked how he wished to be treated. The proud king replied, "Like a king." Impressed, Alexander returned his lands and made him an ally. Yet his army was exhausted. Years of war had broken their spirit. When Alexander ordered them to march farther east, they refused. For the first time, he turned back, not defeated by enemies, but by the will of his own men. The journey home was harsh. Crossing deserts and mountains, thousands of soldiers perished. But Alexander survived. When he reached Babylon, he was only 32 years old, ruler of an empire stretching from Greece to India. He dreamed of exploring new worlds and uniting all nations under one rule. But fate struck suddenly. In 323 BC, after a great banquet, he fell ill and died within days. His generals wept, his soldiers mourned, and his empire soon divided. Yet his name never faded. Alexander the Great became a legend, a man who conquered the world, yet could not conquer time itself.